Good day. My name is Japie van Westhuizen. I'm General Manager of SA Studbook. And today I would like to take you on a brief visit of Logix, our system that carries all the data of SA Studbook. Logix is an acronym for Livestock Operational and Genetic Information Exchange. So the core of everything would be the data that we work with, the recorded data, animal information, but also the information of breeders and that of societies. It's accessible through the web, logix.org.za, every day of the week, 24 hours a day, and all days of the year. So this gives direct access to you as an individual breeder, but also those that you entrust with your data, such as your animal geneticist or animal scientist working with your animals, breeding or maybe nutritional advice, as well as the health experts, your veterinarian, but also your manager on your farm and somebody else working with your data, as well as the breeder societies and my colleagues at SA Studbook has access to Logix. I would briefly like to talk about the flow of data, how it gets onto the system, and also the calculations being done on Logix. So obviously the main source of information would be that you record at farm level, your mating lists, your recordings of births, all the weights that you record, all the other traits and properties that you record on your animals, also the recordings being done on your animals through your breed societies, inspectors and the like. These recordings can be done on a conventional way, on paper, with a clipboard. It can be very sophisticated in terms of modern day milking machines or computer software that's available, and the data exchange mainly takes place through the internet, either as an attachment to an email or through the Logix interface itself, where you can type in data and it enables you to upload your data onto the system. Very important part of Logix is the fact that we have automated checks at Logix at 3 different levels. The main or the first level being the biological checks, that weight that you've recorded. Is it possible that an animal can weigh that much or that little? The birth that you've recorded, is the calving interval correct? Is the gestation period not too short? Was the female old enough to be able to calve down, etc. So all these biological checks are automatically being done. Then at the second level, call it a legal level if you like, were you in possession of the bull when the mating took place of that birth that you record, or was it an AI bull? So was it at all possible that you could have that mating could have taken place on your farm, given that you did own the bull or did not own the bull? And then at the third level, very important as well, is at society level, where the minimum breed standards and the rules and requirements of a specific breed in terms of the bylaws in the constitution is being adhered to, in terms of, let's say, DNA tests, parentage being verified, the inspections that need to take place before a certain age and so forth. So that then makes up the third level of checks. This makes Logix very unique on a global scale, other than other systems that will just nilly-willy allow any data onto the system, irrespective of these very important checks. Then there could be another source of information for laboratories, for example, the DNA laboratories, the wool testing system, or the milk testing laboratories, or even growth test or intake test of young bulls. So that can be another source of information that comes in. And then once the right information is in, the calculations can be done, and the immediately being done, and reports go back to farm level, usually through the internet, exchange of data back to the software, farm software, or in the form of an electronic or even a paper report if need to be. Very important part is also the genetic evaluation that takes place on a regular basis. For beef cattle, for example, once a month. Most of the dairy cattle is once a month, and 3 times a year, the big runs with Interbull, and then also on the small stock, even every 14 days, a run can take place. So this, and lately, obviously, we also started incorporating genomic information in these genetic merit predictions for GBLUP or genetically enhanced breeding values. Once these runs took place, 2 very important updates take place. The one on the Logix database, so the genetic prediction for the animal is being updated, as well as the herd at the herd level, and the reports go back to the farmer or the user of the system. But we also update some of the other databases. For example, in beef cattle's case, sabeefbulls.com or sadairyBulls.com in the case of dairy cattle. So this just gives an overview of the data exchange and where the calculations take place on the Logix system. So who has access to Logix? All with internet access can have access to Logix. There's an extended security system. It means that your data is secure, and depending on the accessibility or allowed by your breeder society, nobody else can see what's going on in your herd. You know what's going on in your herd, but on individual animal level, it might be possible that somebody else can see the genetic merit of those animals. And the society obviously has full access to all the data of that specific breed. It's free to use. You don't have to pay for Logix, except in the case where you want us to assist you in drafting your sales catalog, where we charge you for the work. And then Logix is available in Afrikaans and English, and you can register on the website. This slide just gives you an idea what the landing page of Logix on the web is like, logix.org.za. And then, as I've mentioned, a very extensive menu system where you can run inquiries on specific animals, on your herd, your inventory in your herd, for example. You ask for reports, also registration reports such as a 3 generation with all the information on it, not just the pedigree information but also the performance and the genetic merit information. Also on a herd level, let's say a fertility report on your herd, what's happening in terms of minimum standards of animals, are they complying to your breeding objectives, so that you can identify those animals not adhering to that. And then also for the society, very extended reports that enable them to see what animals do not adhere to minimum breed standards and the like. This is a screenshot of sabeefbulls.com. I've mentioned that genetic information of individual animals. Once you are a user of Logix, you can also register here so that you can do optimal matings, also inbreeding coefficients on SA beef bulls. The same for SA dairy bulls for dairy cattle. We also have access to international genetic values of dairy bulls, AI bulls on a South African scale, so that you can make the right decisions in terms of the genetic level of your cows in your herd. And then soon to be released, smallstock.com. We're looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a game changer in the small stock industry. So look out for this. This is going to happen soon in 2021. Thank you for your attention. I just gave you a brief overview of Logix. And like we say, it's the logical choice for animal breeding and genetics, and also for management information in your herd or flock. So good luck with your breeding, and thank you for your attention.